Course of a round. Each round is divided in 5 different phases: the start phase, the build-up phase, the bribery phase, the consultation phase, and the end of round phase. In this section we will explain you how each phase works and what you can do during each phase. Start phase. Each round begins with the start phase. During the start phase, you have just to do the following 4 steps in the order we tell you to do. First, refill all Republic stacks and government stacks. You can refill a stack by turning the top card face up. If the top card is already face up, you do not have to refill the stack. Second, ready all your personalities and organizations. To ready a personality or an organization, you have just to turn them until the name is on the top of the card. You have just to ready activated personalities or organizations. So if the name is already on the top of the card, you do not have to ready them. Third, refill your hand. To refill your hand, you have just to draw cards until you reach your maximum hand size. Depending on which crisis level the game reached, you have to draw until you have 5, 6 or 7 hand cards. If your hand already reached the maximum size, you do not have to draw a card. Fourth, move the active player status to the next player. This status always moves clockwise, so that the player on the left side of the active player becomes the new active player for this round. If you refilled all stacks, if all personalities and organizations are ready, if all hands are refilled, and if you moved the active player status, then you can move on to the build-up phase. Build-up phase. The build-up phase is the second phase of each round. During the build-up phase, you can play permanent or ongoing cards like personalities and organizations. To play one of these cards, you have just to put them from your hand in front of you face up with the name on the top. You do not have to pay any costs or reach any conditions. Events are played the same, but you can play them in any phase, in any situation and any time. Starting by the active player and moving clockwise, all players can now play personalities and organizations. All players can do so until there is no hand card left or until they do not want to play personalities or organizations anymore. If there's no player left who can play a personality or an organization, or who want to play a personality or an organization, then you can move on to the bribery phase.